Hi, my name is Nathan Goldstein. I'm with Vested Business Brokers. We help people buy and sell profitable, privately held businesses. We've closed over 1,000 of them. We probably do this business better than anybody else in the world. Today we're going to discuss the 7 mistakes that sellers make when they put their business up for sale. The number one mistake that I've seen a seller make in selling their business is not having the proper confidentiality agreements in place. It is crucial that you have the proper confidentiality agreement in place before you speak to a potential buyer about your business. Literally 99.9% of the sellers who go out to sell their business on their own make this critical, very dangerous mistake of talking to people. You don't know who you're speaking to. It could be a competitor. It could be the competitor's brother. Now you're excited, you have a buyer, and you're now sharing the private information, your private business model with this person. And it's like giving them the code to the safe. Please do not try to sell your business without the proper confidentiality agreements in place. The second mistake that we've seen, and we see it all the time, is that the seller puts the name of their business in their ad. Now, folks, you don't want to do that very bad because if you were a client of your business and you knew that the business was up for sale, would you continue to do business with that client? So, you know, everybody gets nervous. So first of all, your business customer gets nervous. And then if somebody comes in and says, oh, I heard that your business was for sale, and says it to one of your employees, now your employees start to get nervous. So you're creating your own earthquake within your business, and the walls start rattling, and you start to get nervous, and it's out there. And once it's out there, you can't take it back. So do not put the name of your business in your ads. Okay, folks, the third mistake that people have is they don't have a process to properly value the business. They think they know what the business is worth, but they don't properly value the business based on what's called owner's discretionary cash flow, the benefit to the owner, and what multiple that business should be sold at. So there are many different aspects to that. Like, you know, if there's a license or the business has a specialized asset, like a website that has value, it might demand a larger multiple, but if you don't get all of the multiples correct, you might misprice your business. Very important to make sure that all your assets are priced correctly to the peer group. All right, fourth mistake, real critical, giving out too much information to a potential buyer before you have what we call LOI, which is a letter of intent. That they've come to the table, they signed another agreement that they're planning on buying the business, and they start the due diligence process. Many times we see a seller give all of the information to a potential buyer, and then they never hear from that buyer again. The buyer has not had a formal process to buy the business. Do not give the buyer all the information until you have a letter of intent in place and you know what his intentions are. This is number 5. It should be number 1, but we have it as number 5. It's the fifth biggest mistake is not thinking that your business could be sold. If you have a profitable, privately held business, and it's profitable and it's supporting you and your family, it's a business that can be sold. All right, the 6th biggest mistake is thinking that your business is worth more than it really is. Pricing the business above the peer group with not the proper terms and conditions could really dramatically affect your sale. You might not sell your business. Now, 80% of the businesses come to market with the wrong price and the wrong terms, and they don't get sold. So the most important thing is to price it to the moving market. Many times I'm asked, what is the moving market? Well, you know, a company in New York might sell at a higher multiple than a company in Louisiana. So it depends on where you are, the location, how long the lease is, and what the market is, what the market bears, the local market bears for the multiple of your category. If you have a competent broker, he should be able to tell you where the moving market is at any given time. Here at Vested, we keep that data in every single category that we sell. All right, the seventh biggest mistake that a seller can make when he's trying to sell his business is going at this by himself. One, you don't believe that the businesses can be sold. That's probably a very big one. Any profitable, privately held business could be sold. Number two, you can't do it without the proper confidentiality agreement in place. Obviously, I'm not gonna go down the list of all the mistakes that most sellers make. I already did that. But what I can tell you is there's critical ones. Confidentiality agreement, giving the buyer more information than he needs to make a letter of intent decision. That's a critical mistake because you don't know if he's your competitor. If you don't have a confidentiality agreement in place and you're giving the information to the competitor, that's like telling the crook where the diamonds are and you're giving it out. So a competent broker like Vested will have a process to sell the business. The first process is you fill out a listing agreement. That listing agreement can be exclusive to the firm or non-exclusive to the firm. The second process is that we register and profile every single buyer. We get confidentiality agreements signed so the buyer could get the information on your listing. It's very difficult for a seller to ask a potential buyer for a confidentiality agreement before they speak. They critically make that mistake all the time. Give us a call. We'll go over the processes with you. And we've sold over 1,000 transactions. We know how to get the deals done. We'll help you get the best price with the right terms, the right conditions, meeting the moving market, and getting you the price that you're looking for your business. Now, it has to be fair and equitable for a buyer. If you price the business too high, you're never going to sell it. If you price the business with no terms, it makes for a much difficult deal than pricing it with the proper terms and conditions. That's where the broker will come in and help you. I wish you luck.